how do you enlist mentors and coaches? Because the statistic is pretty bleak. Only 1 in 8 women have a mentor. So what are some practical ways, in your opinion, to, enlist mentors and coaches? And, what would your advice be?
So, one thing that has gotten better, maybe in the last 5 to 6 years, are just the platforms. Like groups, networking groups, or like mentoring groups didn't exist before, but there are many now. So, attaching yourself to the right source of information, I think is like first and foremost important. If you're on LinkedIn, you do get to see a lot of these posts that show up across various networking events and conferences and things like that. You go, you meet people, you talk to people, someone mentioned that, oh, I was mentored by that person, and then you're curious, you're like, how did you find that relationship? So network, talk to people, then you know that something like this exists. And now mentoring is maybe a lot more of a well-known topic, that it's easier to find that second or the third person that will talk to you about that. And actually trying harder to be a part of any kind of group. If you're an engineering leader, if you're an IC. And so, for example, I am a mentor on this platform called Plato. I'm also a mentor on this platform called CTO. Plato is like across the board. There's male, female, all people in there, all skills, all levels. But CTO is like women in leadership roles. And so the topics are very unique. The challenges are a lot more relatable. I'm a part of both of these groups, but I've invested a lot of time into CTO, and I've brought in a lot of people into CTO. Like you and I just talked about this. Like I talk to a lot of people about CTO because I truly feel that I've put in, I think I've gotten a lot out of that network, and I give back a lot to that network too. So I think finding that group and network and people and being a part of it, invest time so you're intentional about keeping that time for yourself for growth, because mentorship is not just chatting and having coffee. Like something is bound to come out of it. And two, find ways to make those mentoring conversations productive. Because the other thing I've observed is, you talk to people, you think, you're starting off a mentoring relationship, but you don't know how to go about it. So 3 conversations later, it just, the 30 minutes are empty, and it just feels like you're swapping life stories. And then
Yeah.
eventually it just drops off. Like when the window of mentorship ends because the program says, okay, let's do this for a quarter. And then you go in for a quarter, like quarter two, you're gone because you felt like it was a waste of your time.
Yeah.
And that's possibly because you don't know how to make it productive. Like you need some advice. You need to talk to other people that are either mentors or have been mentored for quite a few years to figure out how to use those 30 minutes effectively.